So we're going to court number 1 now for the unfinished business between Lleyton Hewitt, and there is Lleyton Hewitt's partner. It is Lleyton Hewitt and Lee Hyung-tak from Korea.
John Fitzgerald with the white cap on the right.
Becky Cartwright is the actress, the Australian actress, who is the other half of this gentleman here. Lleyton Hewitt. It's love all. 5th set.
Well, they're really starting off where they left off.
15 love.
These guys, good opening point. Of course, as we said earlier, that they need to both start off very well.
Third love.
Yes, an early start to the net for Lleyton Hewitt. I don't often see Lleyton Hewitt so early in a set getting to the net, but 30 love it is. Final set, first game.
Let first serve.
From Lee, a heavy forehand here down the line.
30-15.
Beautiful preparation, and just inside the tram line. Oh, he enjoyed that.
Third fault.
That's the 6th double fault for Lleyton Hewitt. Lleyton Hewitt's first serve is operating at 57%. Lee with 3 double faults. So Lleyton would like to get that figure up to above 60. You're looking to get at least 6 or 7 of your 10 serves in.
(40-30).
Couple of errors there, creeping in to Lee's game. 40-30.
Yes, good serve.
Hewitt.
The 3 points are always welcome at this late stage in the match. And there we are, aces 16
First
for
game,
Hewitt,
final set.
10 for Lee. So that's a lot of aces, considering the both men are not known for their serves, but they both strike a very, very good ball. 1 love to Hewitt in the final set.
Glorious day it is, and the weather forecast is fantastic. Raja Rashid, Lleyton's coach, and in the corner there, John Fitzgerald. Well, Australia, represented by Lleyton Hewitt in the last 5 or 6 years so well. Former world number 1, 2 Grand Slam titles, the US and Wimbledon.
Well, he got touched, didn't he? Lee decided to go back behind Hewitt. But the Australian
15.
was waiting for this one. And look at that lovely lob over Lee. Well inside the baseline. Can't get to it, can he? as the point started to progress,
Love 30.
that the Australian was the one getting better.
And that was a 22-stroke rally, giving Lleyton Hewitt a love 30 lead here in the second game of this fifth and final set.
Love
Winner
40.
with a return of serve. And it was a miss hit, acknowledged by Lleyton, but the clenched fist back to his corner. 3 break points for the Australian.
15-40.
Serve, ace number 11. $15.40, still the 2 break points.
Oh, he read it again. But this time, Lee was waiting.
30-40.
And so he saves 2 break points. 1 more to go. That's a very uncharacteristic error for Lleyton Hewitt.
Deuce.
No, it's getting a hold of everyone, even a former champion.
Yep. Back to deuce then, or up to deuce from love 40. Good comeback this by Lee.
Changing from the pace there. Interesting thing with Lee
Advantage
is that
Lee.
when he gives less pace to Lleyton Hewitt, that's when the error comes. We've all said over the years that Lleyton Hewitt is a marvelous counter puncher, but you ask him to generate the pace and he struggles a bit. That's exactly what Lee seems to be doing here. Oh yes, well played. Marvellous tennis by Lee. The backhand cross court, Alan. Beautifully timed and played into the corner there.
One
Lovely,
game off.
lovely shot.
Final set.
And so from love 40, Lee comes back to hold on all, fifth set. Korean flag.
I've never been to Korea. Never been to Seoul.
Fantastic place.
Yeah.
Seoul is a magnificent city.
I have friends who went to the Seoul Olympics and they said it was amazing. 1988.
Well, I did carry the Olympic torch at the Seoul Games. It was quite special.
I didn't know that.
Very special moments in my career.
But I'm told it's a wonderful city.
It certainly is, and they've got some great sporting facilities. Okay.
Love
Even
15.
the city of Busan, they have regular ATP tournaments in Busan every year.
Yes. They're also a fast enhancing country in the world of golf, especially ladies golf. The number of Koreans coming through on the LPGA tour, quite amazing.
$15
Lleyton Hewitt, born in Adelaide, still lives in Adelaide. The 2002 Wimbledon champion, beat David Nalbandian in the final that year. Year before, He won the US Open.
That is a marvellous return of serve here at full stretch
15-30
from Lee. Hewitt doesn't even make a move.
I'll correct that about Leighton. Born in Adelaide, lives in Sydney, where the house prices are rocketing. Sydney, one of the great cities of the world.
Absolutely magnificent city. The harbour view from the beautiful Regent Hotel. Overlooks Opera House. Great memories of Sydney. Played Davis Cup there against the Australians in '87. White City. Marvellous backhand there, forcing the error from Lee. Was recently in Melbourne for the
40-30,
which was another magnificent city, with of course they have the Australian Open, which I hope you all enjoy on Star Sports. Delhi will host the next Commonwealth Games in 2010.
Got to build a few more hotels in Delhi before then.
We're getting there. Very well, Alan, is he's playing the X's, as they say in tennis. Right here, this one, the cross court. It's not quite a sharp enough angle, but sharp enough to be able to deliver the winner. Beautifully struck.
Oh, he's good to watch. Lee Hyung-tak. It's deuce.
A little late.
Advantage Hewitt.
Huge point there for Hewitt. So there's great danger, having lost the game when you've had 3 break points in the previous game.
Well, the number 6 seed here, Lleyton Hewitt, is being pushed all the way by the Korean Lee Hyung-tak. Leighton's first serve down to 55% now. First serves in at 55%.
Well, the rallying, the depth of the rally is there from Lee, off backhand especially. Really kept this man on the back foot.
I don't think he's missed one yet. I don't think he's missed a backhand. Certainly not in this 5th set.
Advantage Hewitt.
So Lleyton Hewitt with his 3rd game point, and already this 5th set is 14 minutes in duration. The 4th was an hour last night. That's a good serve from the Australian. He had to work hard in that game, but it's on serve in the 5th.
Hewitt leads 2-1, final set.
Not long ago, June the 15th, 2003 to be exact, Lleyton Hewitt was the top-ranked tennis player in the world. But the injuries that slowed the Australian down over the past 3 years make it seem like a lifetime ago. Despite sporadic participation in tournaments due to injuries and family commitment, Hewitt has time and time again surprised everyone with his amazing comebacks. After taking time off towards the end of 2003 to recharge, Hewitt returned stronger in 2004, capturing 4 titles and reaching the final at Flushing Meadows. Just last year in March, he underwent a toe surgery, but while nearing recovery, he cracked one of his rib bones. Upon his return, this competitive Aussie stormed into the last 4 at Wimbledon. Hewitt did it again in September by reaching the semi-final of the US Open despite a stomach virus. A poor start this year, though, prompted suggestions of fatherhood pressures as the cause.
Oh, it changed his perspective on life, I think, in a lot of ways. But, I really enjoy it. It's been a lot of fun. And, time flies, really, during the days when you're just sitting back in the hotel room or at your house waiting to play matches when you've got a little one there to play with.
It appeared to be a more relaxed Hewitt at the recent French Open. Despite a sore calf and an ankle sprain that forced him to miss the warm-up tournaments, Hewitt once again returned with a bang, reaching a creditable 4th round. Signs are that this 2-time Grand Slam winner is nearly back to his best. With no discernible weapons other than his tenacity and determination, Hewitt's stunning comebacks from injury layoffs gives us hope that we can overcome any obstacle through the sheer will to win.
Two games all in this
2 games all.
and final set. And Lee Hyung-taek really playing the match of his life. 3 hours and 36 minutes.
Oh, well, of course, that's the great legendary Margaret Smith Court on the left, and her husband, Barry Court. Margaret Court, of course, most ever Grand Slam titles.
15 left.
If I'm not mistaken, Alan, she has won 65 Grand Slam titles. Oh, dear. Well done. She's here, of course, as a guest of the
30 left.
chairman of the club. And she's a reverend.
Yes,
The Reverend
gives a
Margaret
lot of her time now to the church, doesn't she?
Yes. Magnificent championship she won when she beat Billie Jean King in the final.
40 left.
12 in the final set. Longest singles final in history. That is a lovely backhand, isn't it?
The
40,
backhand
15.
from Lee is just a beautiful stroke.
You know, I love two-handed backhands, but there's something about a one-handed backhand that sort of gives you a really good feeling.
Do you love a two-handed backhand?
Well, I do. I mean, they're struck well. They're beautiful.
Game, Hewitt.
17 aces.
New balls, please.
Hewitt leads 3-2.
Hewitt leads 3 games to 2, final set.
Welcome back. You're watching live coverage on
Time.
Star Sports, the greatest sporting event in the world. The championships at Wimbledon. Alan and I are watching this marvelous Court 1 match, which was stopped due to bad light at 2 sets apiece late into the evening yesterday. Commenced the 5th set today, and it is 3-2 on serve. Lleyton Hewitt in the 5th. Lee serving with new balls.
Out. 15 left.
Missed the line, but that was a brave second serve there from Lee. Just to surprise Hewitt a bit. One thing I have to say, Alan, the difference between Lleyton Hewitt today and perhaps when he was so invincible winning US Open, Wimbledon, is the fact that he's in fact giving away a few more free points than he used to. Never used to give you a free point.
Yeah, I think that was his quality, wasn't it? That was his trademark. Play 40 love.
40 love.
Lee is 30 years of age, gives 5 years to Lleyton Hewitt. 25 titles for Hewitt, just the one for Lee in his career. Pulled that a long way.
Did you see that again, Alan? The loose ball. Hewitt, those are the ones seem to be providing the error or the cheap points from the
3 games all. Final set.
Unusual.
So Lee levels at 3-all. And now Lleyton Hewitt, who's making his 8th consecutive appearance at Wimbledon. Last year he reached the semi-finals. He lost to Roger Federer in straight sets. In 2004, it was Federer who beat Hewitt in the quarterfinals in 4. And Lleyton Hewitt just can't get up and beat Roger Federer, but that's a long way off.
I'll tell you, once this man lines up his backhand there, as he did,
Allow 15.
beautifully struck, Lleyton Hewitt had to come up with a really good shoestring volley there, just missing the line. Good start for Lee, love 15.
Good serve.
Yeah, very good serve. Of course, Lleyton Hewitt holds the unenviable record of having been, or is, the only defending champion in the Open era to lose in the opening round of a slam, when in 2003 he lost to Ivo Karlovic as the 2002 Wimbledon title holder. Do you remember that match, VJ? He was on court number... He was on centre court.
Centre court, yes.
Of course it was. First match. And I remember that day, Lleyton was playing a giant Ivo Karlovic, and the serve was coming down from about 12 feet, because he's about 6'9".
It's coming out from the royal box, really.
30-15, 3-all, final set.
A couple of 3 points from the service there, which has been really
40-15.
giving him a lot of help, the Lleyton Hewitt serve.
Verbal outburst there from Lleyton to himself.
Game, Hewitt.
Lleyton Hewitt holds on, and it's still on serve in the 5th. It's Hewitt 4-3. They've been on court
Hewitt
3 3/4 hours.
4 games to 3.
Court number 1. And this is the completion of business that started yesterday. This is a second round match between Lleyton Hewitt of Australia and the Korean Lee Hyung Taik. There's Becky Cartwright. Yeah, come on, Lleyton.
Love 15.
That could be an expensive double fault for Lee. Love 15, 3-4, final set. This
15
is a
all.
remarkable approach. And then marvellous angle drop volley there from Lee. Beautifully struck, nicely in front of him. Oh, that was a tight call. Trying to push Paradon Srichaphan out of the #1 spot in Asian rankings. That's a lovely backhand. Yet again, the response from Leighton Hewitt a bit short.
30-15.
Look how nicely he moves forward on this. Really a majestic backhand, isn't it?
Beautiful backhand. 30-15. No.
40-15.
Forehand down the line. Leighton. 40-15.
Let first.
Here from Leighton Hewitt.
40-30.
5 or 6 feet behind the baseline, and he produces that. 40-30. 3-4 final set.
Oh, that's a glorious pass. Well, I really thought that was a good enough approach shot there from Leighton
4 games
Hewitt.
all. Final
That
set.
certainly was a marvellous pass there from Lee. 4 games all. Final set. 30 minutes of play. Struck that return of serve way out in front. Beautifully played down the line over the high part of the net. 48 winners to 64 winners for Lee. The serve has been getting him out of trouble, hasn't it, Alan?
Yes,
15
that was 120 miles an hour. His fastest 124, the same as Lee, also 124. But Leighton serving at 55% his first serve. He is producing everything with that backhand.
He's in full flow, isn't he?
15-30.
I tell you, if you were giving a backhand lesson, this would be it. Just looks majestic, doesn't it? Well, a real chance here. 15-30.
It's the first he has missed in this final set.
That's a great pity. He had a good look at that. It's funny how that ringing thing in the back of your mind says, oh my goodness, it's 15-30.
Yep.
So 30 all.
Advantage. Hewitt.
Come through with the ace.
18 of them now from the racket of Leighton Hewitt. 13 from Lee, and it's 40-30.
Game, Hewitt.
There's the come on.
5 games to 4, it's on serve in the 5th.
Hewitt leads 5 games to 4. Final set.
And what a match this is proving to be. 3 hours and 52 minutes on court. We're on court number 1. Star Sports bringing you these pictures live from London, from the All England Lawn Tennis Club, live and exclusive. Lee now serving 4-5 in the 5th. Oh, what play. Took his time.
15 love.
Lined up the winner. Well, there was no remonstration from Lee. Yes, it was wide. Good call by the linesman. Line judge, I should say. 15 all. 4-5. We're in the 5th.
Oh.
15-30.
Just wide, the forehand from Lee. And all of a sudden, she was on the other foot. 4-5, 15-30. 2 points away from victory, the Australian. Pity there for Lee. Shanked that forehand. He would jump on to the winner. And after 3 hours and 55 minutes over 2 days, Hewitt has 2 match points.
To 2, 6-7, 6-2, 7-6, 6-4.
Well, a great effort by Leighton Hewitt, Alan, but disappointment there for Impact Lee. Tense moments he had though there, 4-all in the 5th set. 15-30, a real good look at the cross-court pass, or rather backhand cross-court for Lee. But Hewitt has won these matches so many times, hasn't he?
Never gives up. That's the great quality of Leighton Hewitt, but you have to give credit for a wonderful performance from Lee Hyung-taek, who's come here to Wimbledon with an ATP ranking of 102 in the world, against Leighton Hewitt with an ATP ranking of 9, and he seeded 6. What a match. Great match in court number 1. Of Australia moves through to the 3rd round, where he'll play Olivier Rochus of Belgium, the number 26 seed. third round lineup in that part of the draw for Leighton Hewitt.